Anyway, what worries you about the Bucks tonight?
Yeah, I think the way they're playing without Giannis, it's been a ton of pick and roll. They're shooting the ball very well. Got multiple guys that can knock shots down. But just our communication in the pick and roll is going to be huge. And then there's us being able to get out to shooters and then rebounding those shots that do go up, so they're not getting those secondary opportunities.
You guys have really used this homestand to try to get back to some of the things you do well, whether it's using your defense to generate opportunities on offense. How have you felt your group has done in that regard over these two games?
Yeah, I think that the first game was very good, holding the team to 98 points, being able to sit down and guard the whole way, allowing our defense to fuel our offense. Last game against Utah, I think there was a lot of cleanup there. I think a couple offensive rebounds. We got into an exchange and, trying to go score for score. But I think our guys understand exactly where we need to be with our defensive side of the ball. That's going to set the tone night in and night out.
Franz was upgraded to questionable yesterday. How is he doing and what's the status for tonight?
He'll be available tonight.
What did you learn from the last time he played and I guess wasn't ready or wasn't thought to be ready and now it's going to be available? What do you think?
He'll be on a strict minute restriction. Very strict.
Yeah.
Wait, just kind of on that note of getting guys back from injury, it's obviously a process. It's been a few weeks now since Jalen came back. Where do you feel like he is on that process of kind of finding his rhythm, and maybe how can that process teach you or to inform you what you need to be watching for with Franz?
Just being smart about how we use their minutes, the time, keeping constant communication with those guys as the game goes on, seeing how they feel, what they're recognizing within the game. But it's all about communication. Not just with whatever player it is, but with our training staff, with our coaches, knowing exactly what we need to be doing in every given moment as these guys return to play.
How would you assess how Jalen has played as he's kind of gotten ramped himself back up? I know he had the triple double, had the big fourth quarter on the other night, but how's he kind of played and gotten back to being who he is?
Yeah, I think he continues to find that rhythm. You see one game where he's still trying to find it, then the triple double night happens, and then he's trying to find it in the next game, and then the big fourth quarter is which is why he is who he is. He has those moments, those breakout moments that can sparks our team in so many ways.
Is he still trying to find his rhythm from missing all those games last spring and last season, or is it some of it still from the 20-game absence that he had?
I would say it's more of the 20-game absence of this year. Every season is different, and so that's what he's dealing with this season. But being able to continue to find that rhythm is always going to be important for him and for us.
Not to jinx you or anything, but it's been like 400-something days since you guys have been whole. To finally get to work on what this group can look like if it's all together, how satisfying is that as a coach?
Well, it's great to be able to look at that roster and say that we've got everybody available. That's a beautiful thing. And, it's going to be a process to figure out exactly how we get those pieces in line with the minutes restriction and what combinations work. But that's why we want to continue to stick to the things that we do. And it's first and foremost on that defensive end, how we want to do it, and keep creating that identity for ourselves there.
Do you think Franz gets enough credit for his defense?
No. Anything else?
Jalen, your group has used so much of this time being back home to focus on the things that you guys do well and reestablish those things. How have you felt the group has done in that regard?
I thought we've done pretty solid. There's always space to improve and whatnot, but I think just in terms of playing the way we want to play, and having some peace about that, having confidence each night, going into our 48 minutes, how we want to do things, and then being able to hold ourselves to that standard. So I think we've done a bit better. We're having a discourse, especially between players, which is really lovely. That we're getting on the same page and all that. So really looking to close out these last two, and then carry everything we're talking about into the last 25.
Mose just told us that Franz is back tonight. Tried to come back from Europe, had to take some more time. Just what does that do for you guys on both ends of the court, having that?
He's an all-star, to be honest, when he's healthy. So having him back is huge. The gravity he pulls on offense, the way he's been guarding defensively, just having that back, as a part of our unit makes a big difference. So, and I think for us, it's just really big mentally, knowing that we have the full group now, there's nobody that's out, now we get to slowly work our way back to, a full unit, and getting that chemistry and rhythm down. Excited to have him back. I'm happy for him. I know he was really itching to get back, and I've been seeing the stuff he's been doing, so I'm happy for Brooke.
In addition to full health, what else do you guys need to do to get back to your team's identity and what made it special the prior 2 years?
Be very intentional on defense every night. I think get back to being who we are on that side of the ball, not only just mindset-wise, but coverage-wise and what we're looking to do on that end. Offensively, I think it's just consistently playing with that pop and that pace. And pace isn't just how transition basketball. Pace is in the half court. You know, how fast you're cutting, how fast you're sprinting out of screens, how fast the ball is moving, you know, side to side. So I think as we do those things and hammer them home, you know, when we come out, you know, on a nightly basis, especially as you get to the back end of the year, you know, where the game is called a bit differently, the game flows a bit differently, and everything slows down a bit, and is a bit more detailed. You know, as we get back to those things I'm talking about, you know, it'll be tough for anybody to come in and beat us, you know, whether we're at home or on the road. So I think a lot of it lies in our hands and what we want to do with the backstretch of this season.
Kind of just for you personally, it's been a few weeks since you've been back. How have you been feeling? Do you feel like you've been kind of getting back and finding your rhythm as you get yourself kind of up and going here toward the back half of the season?
Yeah, trying to find my groove. And it's always hard missing time and coming back and, you know, refinding that rhythm. You know, it's different coming out here and getting reps up and shooting shots and, you know, you get in the game. No matter what you want to say, you know, it's different. You know what I'm saying? So the speed, the pace in which you're moving, how and where you're getting your shots. So I think I'm feeling pretty good about it. You know, I'm feeling confident coming off the last couple of games. That always helps. But really just trying to find teammates, trying to simplify the game, you know, and then allow instincts to take over for the majority of what I have going on.
Gary Harris makes his return to Orlando tonight.
Yeah.
How did he help build what you guys are?
Yeah, he's a huge part, man. That was our vet. I mean, we never had, you know, a ton of old vets outside of Grandpa Ingles, but, you know, Gary was a big influence for us, not only because he had the knowledge, you know what I'm saying, but he really connected with all of us. He felt like a peer, really a brother. So I'm really excited to see Gary. Sad we missing Cole. I was looking forward to that as well. I mean, the fact that Gary coming back into the city, you know, I hope they show him love because he poured a lot into who we are.
Jalen, can you let us know how Paolo was this morning after his Seahawks victory?
He was jubilant. He was jubilant all night. I'm sure he will be for the rest of the year, to be honest. That's right.
Thank you very much.